Hello guys, NautoAis here, and this will be a follow-up on my thoughts about Starfox being revealed for the Switch 2. The recap for that one is, it's a new Starfox game. It's a remake of Star Fox 64. Looks better, gameplay looks better, and it's going to be $50 if you want to get it physically, unless you get it at Amazon or Walmart. It is what it is. The bit of the controversy with the game really is the character design. Just looks weird in my opinion, because I'm used to them being anthropomorphic animals, like cartoonish. Because I even went back and decided to watch that special Star Fox Zero prologue anime on YouTube, and I'm like, yeah, I kind of missed that one. So I don't know. And like I said in that video, that other solution for this game is paid DLC skin. That's it. If they have an option to change the skin to make it more cartoony like the previous game, especially Star Fox Zero, then I'm cool with it. So for me personally, the game's gonna be bad, because of animal design. Nah, yeah, the animal design is bad, but it's not gonna break the game. It's not shit. It's not like the previous game, which I'm gonna explain that later. It's just the animal, in my opinion, the design, it just looks creepy, that's it. But like I said, DLC skin as an option, even if it's paid for me personally, I'll pay for it, just saying there. Options good. So Starfox right now, they saw the Nintendo Direct, it's good. Everything is good. Character design does not really affect the game, unlike the previous game. So now, with that said, I talk about games. So if you were wondering, why is it Star Fox 64 again? Whether you like it or not, Star Fox 64 in the N64 is the best Star Fox selling game ever. When I was in high school, I was in my local beverages. One time, I just went there to do, kids does in the mall rat, whatever. And I saw Star Fox 64 and I got hooked on it, and I didn't even realize, like, oh shit, it's been an hour and I've been playing this game. Like, oh shit me. That's kind of like addicting for me when I'm looking back. But the bottom line is the game's good. That's the reason. And there's been chart of the lifetime sale. Star Fox 64 is the best selling game. And then of course Star Fox the original, because it was a new IP, it was popular. Yes, it took them like almost 10 years from the original Star Fox for the SNES to Star Fox 64. And then you might say, oh, Star Fox 2 finally came out. Yes, it was originally supposed to come out for the Super Nintendo. For whatever reason, they canceled it and they just move on to Star Fox 64. And then they decided to go back with the NES Mini, and of course the NES app. You can play Star Fox 2, played it, it's fun for what it is, so they finally completed the game. So thumbs up for Nintendo. I mean, you gotta give them credit, they're actually bringing out games that are unreleased. Of course, in Virtual Boy, they're gonna have 2 particular games gonna come out, but that's a different story. If you wanna know, just watch YouTube on the highlights, the explanation about it, but that's a different story there. So with that said, is like I said, Star Fox 64 is the best-selling game. And then number 2 is Star Fox the original, and then number 3 is Star Fox 64 3DS. This was on the 3DS, better graphics, quality of life. It is still Star Fox 64, and it's fun. It's much better. I played it, but again, glad it's on the 3DS. It's an enhanced version. That's really it. Then you might say, well, did they do some new Star Fox games? Yes, they did. One is a spin-off. Star Fox Adventure was technically Dinosaur Planet from the N64. It started development on the N64, and then they moved it to the GameCube. And that's not really a Star Fox game. It's more a spin-off, so that's why. And hopefully the Nintendo will release that on the GameCube, and so I would play that, and I would play again Star Fox Assault, but I'll talk about it later. So Star Fox Adventure is really not a real Star Fox game. It's more a spin-off. So to some extent, that doesn't really count. And then the actual true sequel to Star Fox 64 is Star Fox Assault. But the game, I think it was a player choice, so it did sell well. However, lifetime sale for that game is above mediocre at best. So basically less than Star Fox 64. There are a lot of variety you can do with the game. You can fly an R-Wing, drive the Landmaster. I think there was even at one point the submarine, I forget what it's called. And of course, he also added walking, running, gunning, which is to some extent, that's kind of weird. I played it. It's not really bad, but it was just kind of weird for a Star Fox game, which is supposed to be a direct sequel to Star Fox 64. The game, it wasn't really bad, a lot of people say, but the sales just wasn't there. And to some extent, a lot of this mode, the Landmaster, the submarine, the running, gunning, and the R-Wing, you barely play the R-Wing, which what Star Fox is all about. And you don't. That's the reason why, to some extent, Assault wasn't as good that people wanted to be. It's okay for what it is, but it's more like a variety type Star Fox game, if that makes sense. And then the latest sequel, Star Fox Command DS, that game was shit. I'm sorry to say. Story, even from what I understand, because I couldn't really finish it, was bad to some extent. But of course, it has multiple endings. There's one that's canon and retcon and what ifs. I mean, it is what it is. Like, one of the what if, from what I understand, is that Krista decided to join Star Wolf team, and that Krista's now going out with Panther, and then Fox McCloud's like sad. But again, from what I understand, that's like a what if story. has multiple ending, which is good, but the problem with that game is the controls. You cannot have original, traditional controls. You have to use the stylus to play, you have to use the stylus to control the R-Wing, and it was shit. And the way they did it was based on Star Fox 2, which is you gotta move around. Oh my god, I couldn't even finish it. Like, I couldn't even finish some of the level. I'm like, I'm done. I can't play this game. That's the reason why Star Fox Command DS was shit, and it was one of the low-selling games because you were forced to use the stylus to pilot your R-Wing, and it was just dumb. And like I said, story-wise, it was 50-50. Now, we're going to Star Fox Zero. So, oh boy. So this is the type of game that everything's good. The graphics is good, the music is good, the character design was very anime, anthropomorphic animal, which I like. Maybe I'm just because I'm playing too much Zenless Zone Zero, playing as Siren, which are animal human. And at the same time, I've been watching a lot of like anime that has anthropomorphic animal. Beastars, good anime if you have a chance. Oh man. So everything with that game, Star Fox Zero, is good. I like the graphic, music, the character, the story. The problem with that game, a lot of people complain, and myself, is the mandatory Wii U feature control. There was no option. They couldn't even do an option for it. It was mandatory. You have to have the gamepad to control a certain area. Like when you're fighting the boss, you gotta watch the gamepad. It goes to first person. You can't even switch to third person. At the same time on the screen, you see like an overview of what's going on. And then in certain vehicles, you have to use the motion control for the Wii pad. And I'm like, oh shit, man, this is like stupid. And the reason for that really also, timing of circumstances, is it was a time that the investors say, we gotta double down the Wii U, we need to figure out why people should play the Wii U, why should you use the gamepad. They gave the direction to Miyamoto, and that's what he got, and it was just really stupid. Heck, he even did two-side project that related to Star Fox, Project Guard and Project Giant Robot, and of course Project Guard became Star Fox Guard, which is your tower defense that uses two screens. So you use the gamepad and you use the screen. For what it is, it's okay, but to some extent, it's attached to Star Fox Zero. It's like, no, this is shit, man. Like Ingrid with Captain Fighting Jam. That's sort of the scenario with it. Because I don't think Star Fox Guard was that bad. The idea is like a mini type Star Fox game, but the problem is, to some extent, is that, it doesn't feel like a Star Fox, it's just weird. So that's the problem. And then there was Giant Robot. That was canceled. It's supposed to be a point where, I guess, like the Starfleet or whatever, they created a robot and you pilot a giant robot. And the way to pilot a robot is, you gotta use the Wii pad as a controller, basically kind of like a joystick, how you control a giant robot. That didn't really work. It was stupid, and they just said, yeah, we're going to scrap it to some extent, because if you didn't know, giant robot actually became something else, which is Labo 2 giant robot. A lot of people did say that that's what it was. Like, really, the backpack robot, you put the switch in, and then the arm, you put a joystick with the arm, and then there's a visor. Yeah, that's actually Project Giant Robot. Instead of a Star Fox game, it's just its own IP. Makes sense, and there you go. So if you wonder what happened to Project Giant Robot, Labo 2, Robot Pack, that's what happened. And of course, Project Guard, Star Fox Guard. So there you go. And then, of course, on Twitter, I did a design like Star Fox Zero Switch 2 Edition. Because to some extent, before this new Star Fox was introduced, there was a story during the Switch era that Platinum was willing to go back and trying to fix Star Fox. Like, if Nintendo allowed them to do Star Fox Zero Switch Edition, they would willing to go back and fix another problem, which is just the control. Just give a traditional control, should be fine. That's why, in my opinion, why overhaul Star Fox, a remake of Star Fox 64, if you can just fix Star Fox Zero and just give traditional control, and there you go. Forget about Star Fox Guard, because, like I said, it is kind of interesting with the gamepad, the Wii pad, but to some extent, really, it is what it is. It's a quirky, short, fun game. That's why, for me, personally, maybe they could have just done Star Fox Zero Switch 2 Edition, sell it for $50, $40, whatever, people are going to buy it, and that was it. Rather than doing a new Star Fox. And of course, like I said, the animal, they look creepy. So that was the problem with Star Fox Zero. That's why it sold less. And the problem was that every time, instead of trying to introduce a new Star Fox game, it was bad. Again, Star Fox Adventure, okay, granted, it's a spin-off, you get away with it. Star Fox Assault, too many variety to some extent, that you don't even get to play R-Wing most of the time. There's a Landmaster, running gun. Again, like I said, the submarine at one point, I can't remember. And of course, there was another controversy with the game, especially the international release, where they got rid of the two NES games, which is Battle City and Star Luster. And on my main channel, I'm gonna do a rewind feature about Starfox Souls NES bonus game. I did talk about it before, but I want to make it HD5, but that's a different story there. They got rid of it in the Western release, and yes, the reason is license issue. The Nintendo didn't want to pay for the license. Bullshit, but it is what it is there. That was a controversy. Star Fox Command DS and the status control was shit. Story was questionable. Star Fox Zero, the mandatory game Wii pad control was just shit. So everything there was shit. The problem is they're trying to put a gimmick in a Star Fox game, which it shouldn't. That's the reason why they're going back to Star Fox 64, because there was no gimmick. So there you go. So now the question really is that, is Nintendo doing some sort of, what I call it, quote-unquote, a Star Fox test, kind of like the Capcom test? In my personal opinion, I think so. The idea is they're going to do it one more chance, okay? The animal design, like I said, it's questionable, weird, creepy, in my opinion. DLC skin, they should be fine. Option is good. Gameplay right now looks promising. Graphics looks promising. Music. Heck, if you have the Nintendo Music app, they have preview music. Music is beautiful. Everything is good. There's no gimmick in it. Again, the animal just looks creepy, in my opinion. But DLC, like I said, option. I know I'm repeating myself. Apologies. But the bottom line is, if that game sells well, then they might consider doing a new Star Fox game. However, there's been rumor, I heard this from Kid and Krista, maybe Nate Haight also said this, that there may be a new Star Fox in 2027. Maybe at that point on, they're going to go back to the animal anthropomorphic anime stuff. I like that one. But if not, that's going to be a problem because, again, creepy. So there you go. That's the follow-up. And the reason of why Star Fox 64 is being remade once again in 2026, because it's one of the best-selling games. That's it. I mean, whether I give my thoughts about it, it is one of the best Star Fox games. I played it a lot, believe it or not. Like, whether it's on the Wii U, Virtual Console, I know. It's on the NSO expansion pack, the 3DS version. It's one of the best Star Fox games. Better than the original. Just saying there. So there you go, my thoughts about it, the follow-up of why the new Star Fox in 2026 is going to be a remake of Star Fox 64. Makes sense. Maybe Star Fox 10. So if it sells better, then they'll do a new Star Fox. We'll just have to wait and see. With that, I'll see you guys later.